What is demonstrated interest? Demonstrated interest refers to the level of effort and engagement a student demonstrates in expressing their interest in a particular college or university. This concept is used by many colleges and universities as part of their admissions process to determine a student's level of commitment to attending their institution. Colleges and universities use demonstrated interest to gauge a student's motivation to attend their school and to evaluate their potential to be successful and committed members of their community. By tracking a student's level of engagement, colleges and universities can determine whether a student is genuinely interested in attending their school and how likely they are to enroll if admitted. With the proliferation of application systems such as the Common App and Coalition application, it is now becoming easier than ever for students to apply to dozens of schools, and demonstrated interest assures colleges that an applicant is genuinely informed about their school's programs and has reason to believe that they would be a good fit for the institution. Demonstrated interest can take many forms, including visiting the campus, attending events and information sessions, communicating with admissions staff, and expressing enthusiasm for the school through essays or personal statements. Many colleges offer virtual campus tours through their websites or social media pages. They may also host virtual events like webinars, live chats, or online info sessions. Students can email, call or write to the admissions office to ask questions, request materials, and express their interest in attending. Overall, a student who takes the time to learn about the school and to connect with admissions staff is more likely to show demonstrated interest, which can have a positive impact on their chances of being admitted. While demonstrated interest is not a guarantee of admission, it can be a factor that admissions officers consider when making admission decisions. This is especially true for colleges and universities that have a highly competitive admissions process, where many applicants have similar academic and extracurricular profiles. Demonstrated interest can help to distinguish one student from another, especially if the college has limited spaces available. It is important to note that colleges and universities also use demonstrated interest to evaluate a student's level of fit with their school. By tracking a student's level of engagement, admissions staff can determine whether a student is a good match for the college culture, campus environment, and academic programs. Additionally, if a student demonstrates a strong interest in a college, it can indicate that they are likely to enroll if accepted, which is important for a college's enrollment and retention numbers. For colleges, having a high yield rate, or the percentage of accepted students who actually enroll, is critical for budgeting and planning purposes. When colleges have a better understanding of which students are genuinely interested in attending, they can better predict their enrollment numbers, which impacts staffing and resource allocation. Having a higher yield also is beneficial for colleges in that yield is a metric measured by many college rankings lists, such as U.S. News and World Report rankings. In spite of all this, it is important to note that not every college takes into consideration demonstrated interest. For example, the Ivy League schools do not factor demonstrated interest into their admissions decisions, presumably because they are already so highly regarded and have such high yields that they do not need to worry if applicants are genuinely interested in attending their school. Additionally, large public institutions, even very elite ones like UC Berkeley or the University of Virginia, generally do not track demonstrated interest either, since they simply receive too many applications to track this factor for each applicant. The schools where demonstrated interest is most important tend to be mid-sized private institutions. For example, American University and Syracuse University both consider demonstrated interest to be a very important component of their evaluation of applicants. You can see whether a particular school tracks demonstrated interest and how important it is to their admissions review process by viewing that school's common data set. In conclusion, demonstrated interest is an important factor that colleges and universities consider in the admissions process. It is a way for colleges and universities to assess a student's motivation to attend their school and to evaluate their potential to be successful and committed members of their community. Students who take the time to learn about a college and to connect with admissions staff are more likely to show demonstrated interest, which can have a positive impact on their chances of being admitted.